What's going on, everyone? Philly Insider Podcast here. I'm Hunter Doyle with draft prospect Kerby Joseph today from Illinois. You guys know I'm in the Illinois area, Wheaton. So, a guy who I'm not too far from, but 2021 NFL draft prospect. Congrats on getting there, man. That is a huge accomplishment in and of itself. I say that to every prospect we talk to. Number one graded defensive back by PFF this year. Congratulations on that. Wow. And all Big Ten first team, tied for fourth in the nation with 5 interceptions. I gave you your introduction. Just an amazing list of accomplishments right there, man. Thank you for this opportunity. Tell us how you're doing and how the Senior Bowl experience was.
Thanks for naming the accomplishments. Those are just blessings I continue to get from God, and I'm just so thankful for that every day. The Senior Bowl, man, the Senior Bowl is amazing. First, I want to thank God for allowing me to make the most out of my opportunities. And second, I want to thank Jim Nagy because just giving out the invitation to me really meant a lot. And I every time I say his name, it's I remember the time when I first talked to him. It's I'm in my car and then he calls my phone and it's just a big old surprise. And I was just my eyes getting big. And I was just I was just so thankful for that. The Senior Bowl it went great. It went great. I met a lot of new people. Saw some old rivals. You know how that went. Bo Milton was there. It was just great to see those guys. Just being on the same team with them. Sharing our point of views on things and stuff like that. It was just great to meet new people and just connect like that. Also going through the community, doing community service and stuff with Yellowwood. It was just great to be out there. That's not a community where I'm from or where I was raised or whatever, but they welcomed me and I was over there showing my talents and my personality and my own personal experience. And it just felt very welcoming there. And I'm glad they had me over there. Just being there, communicating with people, conversating, it's just it's a great experience. And also being under the NFL coaches, just getting a heads up for a start of how it is going to be in the NFL. That was a great experience and knowledge. You feel me? Knowledge is power. So now I kind of got a gist of what to look for. I know that was just a little bit, but it's something that motivated me to keep me going. And man, I'm just so happy that they let me come there.
Yeah.
Me come there. Yeah, man, it's just a blessing. It was just really a blessing. Just playing football on Saturdays again, dog. That was my last Saturday playing football. So it was just just a blessing for them to have me there. Yeah, I just keep thinking about the whole trip. A lot of Reese's.
I bet.
But yeah, man, it's just a truly great experience.
Awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. And I'm sure you'll get used to playing on Sundays, though, throughout the years. And you talked about some of the other guys that were there. And I was watching one of your interviews from in the fall when you guys lost to Purdue, but you had a really good game. And you just talked about how first few years didn't go how you wanted, but you stayed really positive and your teammates helped you stay positive. So just talk about some of the relationships you were able to foster at Illinois, team chemistry, and how you hope to carry that part of your personality and your personal experience into the NFL and help translate to on-field success.
I say one person that's very, 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 very positive influence on me was Bobby Roundtree. His birthday just passed days ago. But even my freshman year, you feel me? Bobby, Illinois hasn't had the best history in the past couple of years, but one thing about Bobby, man, that man just kept going. He's nonstop. He was an animal on the field, a true dog. Just meeting him, he kept me positive. Sidney Brown kept me positive. Jartavius Martin kept me positive. Kellen Tosin, Oren Carney, Hansen, all those guys, all my teammates just had a really, really positive influence on me and stuff like that. And it's sometimes, when you really don't feel like you want to do it anymore, you find somebody to do it for. You feel me? And not only I was doing it for my family, but also for my teammates, because those are my brothers. and I don't want to let my brothers down. You feel me? So they believed in me. You feel me? It's only right for me to believe in myself. You know, so just buying through it all. You feel me? Just dang, like it was hard at first, but you know, I feel like it built character. You feel me? Because now I know what the bottom feels like. You feel me? And I know what it's top. You feel me? And I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping. I want to be the greatest. So I'm gonna keep going for those boys, for my family, and all those who supported me throughout this journey.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And you know, you talked about not staying at the bottom and not wanting to let your teammates down. And you know, a big part of college football that people kind of underestimate is just academics and staying on the field. That's obviously not something you'll have to worry about in the NFL, but you know, it does say a lot when you're academic all Big Ten, which I believe you were during your time at Illinois. So just talking a little bit about your work ethic and your mentality in that regard, what would you kind of tell NFL teams if they asked about that?
Like I said, knowledge is power. You feel me? You learn a lot of stuff in the classroom. You feel me? It might not be like, like 2 + 2 = 4. You feel me? Like it's like
Sure.
it's a lot. My major is like it helps me support my dream, like my long life dream is like going back into my community. You feel me? And then fixing stuff like fixing the healthcare problems and stuff like that. Like I live in a low income community. That's just what it is. You feel me? But I want to go back and change the dynamic over there because like my figure as itself is like, bro, you don't have to stay in Orlando. You feel me? There's other places, there's other cities, there's other states, other countries out there in the world. You feel me? There's like new experiences and stuff like that. And I feel like that's just the dynamic in there. Like you just want to wake up and just stay around it. But no, like you can make it out. You can make it out. And it's just like I just want to change that for the kids. Like I want the kids to see that because they're so young and pure. Like I feel like those are the future stars of the world. And like the last shall be the first. Always the last shall be the first, dog. And it's like I really want to change the dynamic over there. Even when I was back in high school, like I would go talk to elementary kids, middle school kids and stuff. Even before I was like an NFL star. I mean, not an NFL star, a prospect. A prospect. I would go talk to the kids, you feel me, and mentor them and just give them like life characteristics and stuff like that, like positive personality traits and stuff like that you should carry. You feel me? And like I was teaching them stuff, but I was learning stuff from them. You feel me? Like I'm learning stuff from their point of view. You feel me? Like how they see things, like what's going on in their life. So like that was a great thing. Also, I was with a program called Elevate Orlando, by the way, back in high school. But shout out to them. You feel me? Shout out to them. But yeah, just like being in school, going through those community health classes, like it helps me understand like what communities go through and like ways to like support it and fix the issues and solve those issues and stuff like that, and how I go about it in a certain way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm from Philadelphia. I mean, if you know, I'd love for you to be an Eagle, obviously, but it's not up to me. But you know, look, talking about the community, I love that little subtle gesture. But talking about the community, look, I mean, we could absolutely use more guys like you out there. There's a lot of need in the Philadelphia area, but anywhere you go, that's going to carry over. I mean, you're impacting the community and just the guy you're going to be in the locker room. That's something that, you know, even someone beyond on the outside, you know, knowing that you're going to be able to translate that. And that's so amazing that you're going to be able to translate that stuff you were involved in and wanted to help with in college and high school with the Elevate program. That's going to carry over no matter where you go in life, man. So I just wanted to applaud you on that. That's amazing to hear. And so backtracking a little bit, we talked a little bit about relationships and personality. Going off of that, I just kind of want to ask about a vague question, your journey to the NFL draft. I know every guy's got a little bit of different backstory. You talked about coming from a low income area. So just tell us a little bit about, you know, yourself, your family, you know, what it took to get from where you grew up to now being an NFL draft prospect.
I'd say support. Like it took a lot of support, you see me, because like I couldn't get here on my own, honestly. Like I couldn't get here on my own. So like the support I got from my family and my friends, dog, like that truly helped me find my way here. And like it's just like now it's like, you know, I'm always thankful for, like, if you do something for me, I'm thankful for you, feel me? But like like it's always good to help others. You feel me? So like I've been helped, so I'm gonna help somebody else. I feel like that's how the way should work. The world should work. Like you help somebody, that person feels good. They go help somebody else. You feel me? There's good deeds going on and on. As a child, like I've always played football. You feel me? Like I always played football. Not like in a league. Eventually I got to like a PB or Pop Warner league. But before then, like I was always playing around with my cousins and stuff like that. And they always told me I was gonna be great. Like I was the only little dude, you know, I wasn't built. Like, I was got muscle. I wasn't up and stuff like that. But I was the only little kid tackling all the big kids. Like I'm tackling all my big cousins and stuff like that. They play varsity football. So like that just toughened me up. You feel me? So just going through that, and then once I eventually got to started playing football in the leagues and stuff like that. My coaches like have been a big part of like an impact in my life. Like little league, my coach knew I didn't have no ride, so he would come pick me up and take me to practice and then drop me home. Like that was a big thing for me because without him, I wouldn't be able to go to practice. You feel me? Like I had no like other way. I couldn't Uber. Uber wasn't the thing back then, but like
right.
So yeah, so I just had to grind it out with the people around me. Just like grind my way through, like from the bottom to the top. And it's like I'm not even at the top yet, so I want to keep going. But coming into high school, like meeting those relationships with my coaches, like I still talk to my high school coach to this day, like all of them. So it's like those are just major people in my life that really impact me and stuff like that. My teammates, I still talk to my teammates to this day because those are the dudes that like made sure I was straight, made sure I was coming to practice. I mean, I did it on my own. Like I wanted to come to practice on my own, but they made sure to bring me along, and I made sure to bring them along too. You feel me? So yeah, like just getting out the mud.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, that's amazing to hear, especially the relationship you maintained with your high school coaches and just everyone who has impacted your journey up to this point. So now I want to kind of shift a little bit to your play style. Obviously, just at the Senior Bowl, and I've seen some of your play. A lot of people will say ball hawk because, again, I believe you're top 5 in interceptions in the country this year. But tell us a little more about your play style and kind of the challenge of playing in the Big Ten. I mean, you're obviously going up against some strong wide receiver cores over there. They've got some dudes who can play. And you having a breakout year against some of the talent that was on display on those other teams is a really big deal. So talk about some of the competition you faced and just tell us a little bit more about your play style as well and what you kind of want people to know about that.
Yeah, I would say like in the Big Ten, yeah, you do have some dogs. You do have some dogs in there. Just like I feel like it's like you have to be physical, not only physical like physically, but like physical like mentally. Like you have to have the mindset of coming down every single time, and that's why I get my play style off. Like I like to be a dominant player. More like being dominant and instinctive. You feel me? Like I said, I've been playing football since I was a kid. So like I kind of sometimes I'll just feel how things go down or when things are about to happen. And just being able to trust your instincts. That's what really like been able to like up my game. And like there's times when like I'm not being dominant. You feel me? And that would just allow like shake back. Like okay, I'm gonna get you back, but 10 times worse.
Right.
It's just like the competitive mindset that I have. Like I'm a competitor. You feel me? And I always want to win. So I'm gonna train twice as hard. I'm gonna study twice as hard. I'm gonna watch film twice as more or 5 times as more, however it takes to win. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I feel like my play style is like I'm gonna pull that trigger. I'm not afraid to like let it loose. You feel me? I trust my instincts and I trust my knowledge that I gained throughout the course of the week. And football players make plays. You feel me? Like stars when times get hard, like that's when stars shine. You feel me? Like pressure made diamonds. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, look, the film study and the knowledge and the instincts of the game, that'll carry you past the athleticism too. I mean, I know a lot of guys like to rave about the combine and all that stuff, which is great. Combine's awesome and it's definitely important, but you really can't put a measure on how important film study is every single Sunday. And it shows up. I mean, that's something you'll gain over time just being a student of the game in the NFL too. So that's huge. And Talk about versatility in the secondary too. I know there's a lot of guys in today's league who they can come in and play wherever you need them to. I know there's a guy in the Eagles, Andre Shashra. He's a big special teamer, but when our slot corner went down, he played the slot, also could play single high safety, could play in the box if you needed him as a box safety. He could do everything you needed him to. So talk about versatility, doing what NFL teams ask you to do, and also importance of special teams, and have you played on special teams a little bit at Illinois?
We could start with special teams first because
Sure.
I love special teams.
Let's go.
Yeah, special teams was like a big part of my life. My first college tackle was on special teams. I remember my first coach, Balichewski. You feel me? He believed in me, so he put me out there. You feel me? He told me when the ball goes away, chase at the level of the ball. So the ball went away, I chased at the level of the ball, and I made that play, and I was so lit. Like everybody on the line was there, already knew what I was gonna get. So they knew how I was gonna get. Like that was just amazing. And ever since then, I just fell in love with special teams. Like, but I just be wanting to go out there. You feel me? Like, big thing about special teams is like, bro, you get to just run free. You feel me? And just go make a play. So like that's what I love about special teams, just being out there competing one-on-one, just going hard. Like everybody's going hard, but I'm gonna go harder. I'm sorry. What was the other questions you asked me?
Yeah, no problem. Special teams is also one of my loves, so I'm glad you answered that one first, because I think it's honestly one of the biggest parts of the game. And so that's the other question was just about versatility in the secondary in general, and how you think you're able to move around if needed.
Like I said, like knowledge is power. You feel me? Like sometimes as a safety, you can't only play free safety. Sometimes you have to get down in the box. You feel me? So I feel like one of my versatile sets is that I have long arms. You feel me? So using my God-given, I'll be able to get on blocks. You feel me? And drive them like a car. You feel me? And get off blocks. You feel me? Like that's something I need to use. You feel me? Like that's not something I should just put the waste. You feel me? I could use that ability to get down in that box and get in them trenches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I like that you said drive like a car too. That's important with block shedding. So, also, you talked about film study just a minute ago. So talk about, the fundamentals and technique of the game. Like I said, size and athleticism are great if you have them, but it's not everything, and it can only carry you so far. So talk about the stuff, anticipating routes, things that you've seen in film study, just like different patterns that you're able to recognize, and reading the O-line sometimes on run or pass protection, little things like that. Just give us fans a little bit more insight into what that looks like.
This is something my high school coach taught me. He used to always say this: the little things matter. You feel me? Like, one thing I noticed, or one thing that I learned is that, like, we're human. You feel me? Humans have, just like quarterbacks. You feel me? Sometimes quarterbacks may look before the play where they're going. You feel me? Just to see like if it's open or like where they want to go with the football. Like noticing little stuff. I'll give you two examples. Like throughout the week, we studied the quarterback. Coach gave me homework. I had homework. Ryan Watson gave me homework. I had to study Mertz, number 5, the quarterback from Wisconsin. So what I wrote down in my report is that Mertz, he doesn't look off his receivers. You feel me? Like he stares them down all the way. So I knew I had an opportunity. He's gonna take me to the ball. So there's a play in Wisconsin game where he took me exactly where I needed to go. You feel me? And I made the interception off of it because he didn't look me off. So another thing that I noticed was that Iowa's quarterback, his pump fakes, they weren't really like a carried out pump fake. They're more like just a quick little pump fake. But I noticed that. So when we're in the game, like I didn't too much bite on his pump fakes. So once he pump faked me one way, I mean, you're going the other way. You're going the other way. All the way to the sideline. This is why I love this interception, because it was like fourth quarter, game on the line. The crowd's going crazy, this or that. But I just went over there. I trusted my ability. I trusted my knowledge. I trusted my instincts. And I went over to get that interception, and I put that foot down. Put that foot down to make sure I was in bounds. So just stuff like that. Like it's really like I feel like when people watch film, they just watch it. You feel me? Like if you want to be great, you got to study film. There's a difference between studying film and watching film.
Definitely. No, that's huge. I like that you said that last part. You said study it, not watch it. And you talked about your coaches who have helped you along the way with that. talking a little bit about your Illinois coaches, I believe you guys had Nate Hobbs and Justin Hardy in that secondary come out of there. So I know Justin's a really, really good special teamer in the league. I think he just got paid a new contract last offseason. Hobbs obviously was a Raiders slot corner this year, really made some strides. Talk about how your coaches are kind of helping you put secondary guys on the map at Illinois and what they're doing to make that happen.
Just teaching us how important the ball is. Like one thing I learned from my Illinois coaches is that the ball is like the game changer, the tide. Like you could really flip the script when you get that ball in your hand. Being in the Big Ten, like you have to be dominant, you have to be physical, you have to be tough. And that's what I feel like. That's what they installed in us, especially like Ryan Waters when the new coaching staff came in. Like they taught us like there's not one play where you can't go hard. That one play, you take off. That's when they get you. You feel me? So it's like they just installed all 11 that's on that field. Everybody else who's on the sideline ready to get in is like, when your time comes, you're going to go 100%. You feel me? If you're not going to go 100%, don't even come on the field.
Oh, I mean, as a Philadelphia sports fan, I know Ben Simmons could take a tip or two from your work ethic right there. That's all I'm going to say on him. But trade deadline coming up, had to make a comment about him. But I know a little over time, but I want to ask you two more questions here. So what are some of the big things you're working on with your game that you really, really want to improve upon as you head into training camp and OTAs and all that stuff? And then last question, what are NFL teams getting if they bring Kerby Joseph onto their roster? Again, hope it's the Eagles. I know there's been some buzz around the Eagles fan base. They really want you too. So I can say the fans are already in love with you, but those are my last two questions for you.
I feel like what I'm bringing to the NFL is like the true definition of a ball hawk. Like knowing where the football is all the time and getting to that rock, because that's what gets you paid. You feel me? Like just understanding that when the ball's in the air, it's not only for the receiver, it's not only for the offense. It's for everybody. You feel me? Especially me. Once if I'm around it, I'm gonna get it. You feel me? So that's one thing. I feel like once I get to the NFL, like you could see me as a positive leader on and off the field. Like just being a positive role model to like kids and stuff like that, because that's all I like been doing all my life, just knowing how to just communicate with kids and just motivating them how I was motivated by my family. You feel me? Some people don't have that father figure or role model in their life to just guide them. You feel me? Like it's just stuff like that. Like also like just like where's the juice in the locker room? Like that's the type of guy. Like you gotta have fun when you're playing football. You feel me? Like when you don't have fun with it, you be done with it. Like you gotta have fun when you play this game, because it's just such an amazing sport. Like it comes with so many blessings and stuff like that. So that's one thing I'll bring to the locker room. And yeah. What was the first question again?
Good. Aspects of your game that you really want to improve upon heading into your first year in the NFL.
Aspects of my game, I would say like driving them like a car. That's one thing I truly want to work on. Being so versatile. So whenever something happens, like injuries happens. You feel me? Like just being able to stay on the field. You feel me? Just by being versatile, being in the box safety, coming down and being even more physical.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, man. Well, hey, that's all I had for you, Kerby. I want to thank you so much for coming on here and doing this, man. I know you're busy right now. I know the Senior Bowl was a lot. You had a long week there. So it means a lot you're willing to take the time out of the day. And I can say your confident yet humble personality is going to take you far, and your work ethic in the NFL. And I'm really, really excited to see where you end up. So anything you want to say before we sign off, man?
Hey, Philadelphia. Hey, look out for your black. But I want to say, to all the young ones out there, your dreams do come true. You just gotta believe and you gotta work hard, and nothing's just given. You gotta earn it. So I just say like don't ever listen to nobody telling you that you can't do it. You feel me? Like the more people doubt you, the harder you should go. You feel me? And that's just gonna build you. That's just gonna build your character. Yeah, like that.
Love it. Yeah. Hey, thank you again, Kirby, for hopping on. I appreciate it. You gave me a lot of good quotes to sit on, even myself and just my personal endeavors. So I appreciate that. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Run, baby, run. Fly, Eagles, fly. See y'all later. Peace out.
Bye bye.